with a fighter like Devin, he has an arsenal. I like to say a warehouse full of tools. You know what I mean? And we brought out the package that stops them from doing anything. We shut them down. As the perfect dance partner, the perfect opponent, the perfect adversary for anybody, your favorite fighter or your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. We're ready. It's Devin Haney versus everybody.
Hey, where the hell Debo at? All that shit. Where Devin? Where Debo at? So-called Debo. Where Devin at? Where Debo? You ain't see him? Hot man. Debo. Hey, Debo. Where the hell you at, man? Where is Debo? We looking for you. We on the block. Debo got hit with a brick. Y'all already know how. Yeah. Debo, where you at? He scared this brick.
But I am going to tell you, he is the baddest guy in boxing, period. He's pound for pound #1 to me.
Following Keyshawn Davis's bold public challenge to Devin Haney, Bill Haney unleashed a fiery response that has sent shockwaves through boxing circles. Bill questioned Davis's credentials and suggested he was more interested in generating buzz than proving himself worthy of facing his son. The elder Haney's sharp rebuke included pointed comments about Davis needing to earn his position rather than demand it through social media callouts.
You promised. You the promoter.
Well, I got you. Listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. Good luck, have it like this.
Tensions reached a boiling point when Bill Haney made inflammatory statements that many viewed as crossing professional boundaries. His remarks appeared to dismiss certain fighters entirely, suggesting supporters would be wise not to invest their hopes or money in them.
Is it me? Or is it every Hispanic or Latin fighter that Debo pulls up on starts to become a comedian? I mean, we started with Subriel Matias. I mean, he was on Jokey Joke, comedian time. Teofimo Lopez, comedian. Rolly Romero, comedian. Ryan Garcia, comedian. And not Xander Zayas, Jokey Joke. I'm asking the Latino community that represents so much in this boxing, and did everything get so Jokey Joke? And how long you gonna stand for that? They say everything except let's fight.
The controversial statement spread like wildfire across social platforms, sparking widespread backlash from fans and analysts who felt the comments were unnecessarily harsh and unprofessional. Davis seized the moment to position himself as the fighter, ready to silence the critics and prove his worth against Devin Haney between the ropes.
So-called Debo. You know what happened to Debo at the end of the movie? He got hit with a brick. Debo might get hit with a brick. Talk some Latins and Spanish people. Nah, don't pick on them. Pick on me. Keep picking on Craig, and you're gonna figure out what's gonna happen. Go get hit with a brick. And I ain't playing. You know I ain't playing. Hit with a brick. hit. Belt. So organic, so genuine. Pick on me. I want you to pick on me. Tell Debo come this way. What you talking about? You know what Craig did to him.
According to Davis, negotiations are already in motion with expectations pointing toward a 2026 showdown. This timeline has generated significant excitement among boxing enthusiasts who have long anticipated this particular matchup coming to fruition.
I was gonna say, Devin said, let's do it. I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted Keyshawn, let's do it.
You said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted something like that. Yeah.
Well, Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
If it make money, it makes sense.
The animosity between Davis and Devin Haney runs deeper than recent exchanges, with Davis claiming their friction dates back years. Davis maintains that Haney has consistently disrespected him and viewed him as beneath serious consideration, treating him as an inconsequential opponent rather than a legitimate threat.
Cause Cuz never with me.
On what tip?
Bro, it was like times where like, bro, it was times where like me, I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. And niggas just never even looked me in my eyes. Never showed me respect. Like Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this and that third. He be like, for real? That nigga's still a kid. And like he just never gave me my respect.
He sent you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like big ass nigga, you know goddamn well, nigga, now I'm here, nigga. And everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. What you talking about? And he still like his father used to, it's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh, the businessman.
Veteran trainer Kenny Ellis offered his perspective on the potential bout, acknowledging Davis's undeniable talent while emphasizing the experience gap that favors Devin Haney. Ellis pointed to Haney's extensive professional campaign and championship-level rounds as crucial advantages in elite competition. His prediction favors Haney winning via decision through superior boxing fundamentals, ring generalship, and scoring consistency, though he doesn't envision Davis securing a knockout victory. Ellis emphasized that the disparity lies in professional seasoning and fight intelligence rather than natural ability.
He has 33. Yeah, I think he should get a couple more rounds in before he go at Devin Haney. But if he feel like he can take him, let him get at him. Yeah, let him get at him.
Are you looking at it more like that 12-round experience type deal?
Yeah.
Getting the rounds in?
Get some rounds in, Get some rounds in.
When you listen to and then, there's back and forth going with them too. Devin saying that, he would like to fight, the little brother before the big brother. What's your thoughts on that? I think there was a tweet saying that Shakur, I don't want to step on Devin Haney's toes. I'm going to let Keyshawn get Devin Haney. A lot of people had lots to say about it. They're saying that, listen, they're breaking down the rankings with two to three different people, friends type of deal, taking each other's work. Keyshawn wanted a Tio. Now, Shakur got Tio. But now, because I took that work, I want you to go get Devin Haney. He's saying Devin Haney might be a little bit too big for him. What's your thoughts on Keyshawn's call out and all this talk?
Let him give him what he wants. Let him go at Devin Haney.
Davis has been particularly vocal in dismissing Devin Haney's power, arguing that even Haney's move to higher weight classes hasn't translated into meaningful knockout threat. Davis contends that Haney's approach centers on technical execution and point accumulation rather than inflicting damage, a strategy he believes would prove insufficient against his aggressive style and natural strength.
The question, I felt like that's what it was, but go ahead.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'm ready to fight anybody. So I'm going for the stars. And I know Devin Haney is the same fighter from when he was at 35. He's the same fighter when he was at 40. Now he's at 40. So he ain't nothing changed. But his weight, you know what I'm saying? I will knock Devin Haney out, guaranteed. I just feel like, shouts out to Devin, though, you do your thing. Like, I have no problem against you, bro. But we talking business right now. I will knock Devin out for sure. For sure.
You don't think he's hitting a little harder at 47 than he was at 35 and 40 growing into that weight? That's a no.
It looked like it.
It looked like it.
It looks
to
like
us, Keyshawn.
To me.
Davis expressed confidence that Haney's offense wouldn't command his respect due to the absence of genuine stopping power, claiming he could pressure Haney consistently and dictate the fight's rhythm. He suggested Haney's performances at increased weights haven't demonstrated an ability to hurt naturally larger opponents, arguing that additional pounds haven't enhanced his punching impact. Davis believes his relentless attack and physical advantages would ultimately overwhelm Haney, maintaining that Haney lacks proven finishing ability in higher divisions while positioning himself as someone who systematically breaks down opponents.
A bright enough star that he'd be willing to take, because, as a businessman, risk reward. You think you bring enough to the table that he'd want to take the fight? He would take the fight?
Hopefully, bro. I hope he would take the fight. In terms of answering your question, a bright enough star, he's already entertaining me on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. So I guess he sees some money potential in this fight right here. But what I would like to do is I would like to become champion because that just speaks for itself. Once I come to the champion with the table, you can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know me. People know me. I can go to the UK and sell. Like, I can go anywhere and sell. My first main event, I sold 10,000 tickets. I sell, period. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's entertaining me, because I am a star. But when I come with that world title, whether I beat Dalton Smith or I go move up a weight and beat Lewis Crocker, once I come with them world titles, it's just a different story.
Yeah, I love the fight.
And I also...
Fans continue questioning when Devin Haney will extend a legitimate contract offer to Keyshawn Davis, as no official agreement has been publicly confirmed. While Haney has acknowledged Davis as a potential opponent and indicated he's under consideration, the timeline depends on various factors including upcoming commitments, divisional rankings, and promotional arrangements, rather than immediate urgency. Boxing negotiations typically progress slowly due to complex discussions involving purses, weight agreements, and promotional partnerships that must be resolved beforehand. Davis has actively campaigned for the fight while Haney appears to be evaluating multiple options, leaving supporters seeking definitive answers while the bout remains in preliminary discussion phases rather than contractual reality.
Keyshawn Davis keeps savagely calling out Devin the Dream Haney, and I gotta simply ask, bro, what off at? What off at? Devin Haney fans love that A-side, B-side. Well, A-side got to send the offer. Hey, bro, but Devin got a rematch clause with Cambosos. It don't matter. Send the offer and prove that he really got a rematch clause. Say, bro, Devin Haney already announced his fight with Regis Prograis. It don't matter, bro. Send the offer and prove that he really fighting Regis. Well, Devin Haney fans, Devin should be sending Keyshawn Davis an offer, right? All right? Let me know what y'all think. Smash like, sub up. I'll see y'all soon. Peace!
Davis has escalated his verbal assault on Devin Haney, suggesting Haney lacks the toughness his reputation suggests. Beyond demanding the fight publicly, Davis has intensified his criticism by questioning Haney's effectiveness at higher weights and his ability to physically dominate larger opponents. These statements represent direct challenges to Haney's fighting spirit and competitive resolve.
He fought a guy with steroids and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked. It changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. And it's like, bro, I'm sorry, there's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You don't know how to take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't really know how to take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you ask me how I feel. You just took it always the suing and all that extra. I feel like, bro, you soft, bro.
Davis demonstrated his elite credentials with a masterful performance against Jermaine Ortiz at Madison Square Garden, successfully transitioning to junior welterweight with a dominant 12th round stoppage. This victory marked the first time Ortiz had ever been stopped professionally, showcasing Davis's combination of tactical patience, sustained pressure, and finishing power throughout the contest. The performance preserved Davis's unblemished record while establishing his credibility in a new weight class, proving his skills and physical attributes translate effectively as he campaigns at higher weights. Davis immediately used his post-fight platform to challenge Devin Haney directly, maintaining his pursuit of the high-profile matchup with renewed confidence and momentum that has boxing fans discussing a potential Davis-Haney showdown as a marquee attraction for 2026.
Keyshawn Davis goes out and dominates Ortiz, beats him pillar to post, and knocks him out in the 12th round. 11th round body shot put him down, 12th round body shot took him out. I was really impressed with Keyshawn that night. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was impressed because Ortiz was a handful, and I think that's the best I've seen Ortiz fight. We know that he's a championship spoiler, right? If you're not careful with guys like Ortiz, they can win quiet rounds, and next thing you know, you're in trouble in the later part of the rounds. This fight could have turned out that way, but Keyshawn never allowed Ortiz to play the spoiler, and he closed the show. If Keyshawn wouldn't have got that knockout in the end, then I probably would have picked apart that performance a little bit and been like, you know what, man, Keyshawn wasn't at his absolute best. He could have done this. He put it in another gear. It was a big moment, a big stage, but he closed the show, and he never let the spoiler play his role.
The welterweight division elevates the significance of this potential encounter beyond traditional championship considerations. Modern boxing prioritizes star appeal, fighting styles, and fan investment over traditional belt holdings, making this matchup commercially valuable. Davis contributes Olympic credentials, technical precision, and relentless forward pressure, while Haney offers championship-proven skills and tactical mastery, creating a stylistic contrast that promises explosive action. The narrative of Davis pursuing Haney while refusing to retreat from the challenge adds promotional value, and with Bill Haney's guidance of Devon's career and Keyshawn's determination to establish himself, the marketing buildup could rival any unification contest. Industry expectations point toward this fight becoming a defining moment in boxing by summer 2026.
Because, of course, the performances that Keyshawn Davis has is really more entertaining than the performance that Shakur Stevenson had. We were talking about Shakur Stevenson and Tank in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, and Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, we got Andy Cruz. They're going to be facing Murataya on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin the Dream Haney in 147 because that's his plan. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. If Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, he's done a wonderful job as a manager, is saying that they Debo, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig and Keyshawn Davis is running towards Debo, right?
Bruce Carrington analyzed Keyshawn Davis's impressive 12th-round stoppage of Jermaine Ortiz and his subsequent challenge to Devin Haney, labeling the potential matchup as genuinely compelling. Carrington acknowledged Haney's experience edge while emphasizing Davis's strength, skill set, and adaptability as significant factors. He highlighted Davis's elite-level performances, particularly his ability to stop previously undefeated fighters like Ortiz, who had troubled other top competitors. Carrington noted Davis appeared fresh and controlled even in the final moments, demonstrating exceptional conditioning, ring intelligence, and mental composure under championship-level pressure.
So Keyshawn Davis, he stops Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th with a body shot, but then calls out Devin Haney. What's your thoughts on that? I was just listening to the Twitch. Actually, you posted up a Twitch of Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross, yeah.
He was talking about you. He was like, "Yo, who's that dude from New York?" He was nice with it. Jaco was like, "Yo, shoo."
Yeah, that was cool. Big shout out to Aiden Ross. Hopefully we could.
But in that same live, he said, that the Keyshawn Davis and Haney seems like it's going to be put together. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
That's a really good fight. I do feel like Keyshawn has a great chance at, doing well in that fight. I think that Devin has the experience on his side, but Keyshawn has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's looking strong. He's looking really strong his last few fights. And he made a point, I think, in his post-fight interview, like, a lot of people not giving him credit for his last few wins. Like, he's been stopping guys that's never been stopped.
Carrington addressed the physical differences between the fighters, recognizing Devon's natural size advantage while noting that Davis possesses considerable physicality, especially as he continues moving up in weight. He characterized the bout as evenly matched, describing it as a 50-50 proposition when comparing experience levels and technical capabilities.
And Jermaine Ortiz is a legit fighter. Legit. And he's never been stopped, and Keyshawn did that. You know what I mean? And looked fresh in the 12th round too. He had total control of that whole fight against a guy that's given Teofimo trouble, Lomachenko trouble. That just shows you the level that Keyshawn is on. So I don't think that him fighting Devin is a reach whatsoever. Like, that's gonna be a solid fight.
Who you have winning that fight?
I genuinely don't know. I do think that Devin is a naturally bigger guy, but Keyshawn's not that small though. I ain't gonna front. Like, Keyshawn, even though he's going up in weight, he's not that small. I think that's a tough fight. I ain't gonna lie.
Carrington believes Davis possesses underrated versatility and strategic options that could make their encounter highly competitive and unpredictable. His assessment reflected genuine appreciation for both fighters, while emphasizing that Davis has the necessary tools and talent to create an exciting and uncertain outcome.
People might, go to Devin and go his route because, they're more familiar with Devin. And, he's as big as he is as a fighter, but That's a 50-50 fight in terms of experience and who got the deeper bag. I think naturally Keyshawn had the deeper bag, though.
What's your assessment of Keyshawn Davis's chances against Devin Haney when they eventually meet in the ring? Share your thoughts below.